And good morning to you. Thanks for joining us for our midday newscast. I'm Marcus Washington.
And I'm Chris Sanchez. Laura Garcia has the afternoon off. Now, much more on the thrilling victory of the Niners and their road to the Super Bowl. But first, we get back to our breaking news. Vice President Kamala Harris landing in the South Bay to talk about abortion rights and access, also to attend a campaign fundraiser.
NBC Bay Area's Bob Redell is live there at the tarmac this morning at San Jose International Airport. Air Force Two there, just touching down. And Bob, I know the atmosphere out there, what is it like? Because I know some, you mentioned this morning, protesters were planning to greet the vice president as well.
But not at the airport. They are over at the Mexican Heritage Plaza, but here at Normanetta, it's just a small greeting party. There's a lot of law enforcement staff, and then Senator Alex Padilla and Mayor Matt Mahan. We might have to actually move our camera position, so the camera's going to get a little shaky, but just bear with us as we are going to possibly be moving up closer to the airplane to watch the vice president come down the stairs. But right now we're waiting for her to deplane. She just arrived from Los Angeles. She'll be hopping in a motorcade here shortly, headed over to the Mexican Heritage Plaza, where she will participate in a moderated conversation on abortion. This will be taking place with Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra and actress and activist Sophia Bush. This is part of VP Harris's Fight for Reproductive Freedoms tour. That's what they're calling this. Harris's office says she is highlighting the harm caused by extreme abortion bans and restrictions that some states have put into effect after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. The vice president will also speak in Los Gatos at a fundraiser for the president's re-election campaign before heading back to Washington, D.C. later this afternoon with her husband. We might be able to take a quick live look at the Mexican Heritage Plaza. This is the group of protesters that you're mentioning. There's about 50 of them. The Council on American Islamic Relations and other activist groups have organized a protest outside the plaza to call on Vice President Harris and President Joe Biden to pressure Israel to do an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. Thousands of people, Palestinians namely, have been killed by Israelis in Gaza. The world, much of the world community is asking Israel to do a ceasefire, but Israel, of course, is responding to the October 7th attacks on their own country by Hamas, when over 1,000 Israelis were killed and a number were taken hostage and are still being held hostage on the Gaza Strip. Back out here live at Normanetta International, where we are waiting for the vice president to come down those stairs. I'm guessing that the Senator Padilla and Mayor Matt Mahan will be greeting her. Yes, there goes the greeting party. They're going to go out there, probably have some words with her before she is taken away. Again, this is a flight that came in from Los Angeles. Here, we're going to move our camera up, so it's going to be a little shaky. Just bear with us. We're just going to get a little bit of a closer position here.
Hey, we're just glad you're able to get a little bit closer,
I don't think we're
Bob.
going to be able to. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to throw her any questions. That's usually not the case, but I think we'll be pretty far away. But it'd be nice if we could. I really don't think that's... Oops, so you can keep going up a little bit.
And if you are just joining us right now, you're looking at Air Force Two. Yeah, Bobby was just telling people just joining us now, they're looking at Air Force Two. Vice President Kamala Harris just arriving in San Jose. She is here for two events, a moderated event where she would talk about the effects of bans on abortion across the country. She's also going to a fundraiser for the re-election of President Biden there. Bob Redell is live for us this midday there at the tarmac as we are waiting for the vice president to deboard the plane. Air Force Two just landing moments ago, probably about 5 minutes ago. And of course, we will wait as she is greeted once she lands, walks off the plane by U.S. Senator Alex Padilla as well as San Jose Mayor
We expect that
Matt
to
Mahan.
happen any moment here. And yeah, they're just trying to get the stairs a little bit closer to the plane. A member of, looks like the Air Force is going up there to coordinate. And then if you look over to your left, you can see the greeting party. The senator that I mentioned, Mayor Matt Mahan, and a couple of other government leaders are here.
There we have Supervisor
the Vice President
Ellenberg as well from Santa Clara County.
And Senator LaFonza Butler
Thank
there
you.
as well.
Thank you very much. appreciate you helping with that. You can't see this, but on the back part of the plane, her staff is coming up. And then here we go. Here we're going to show you up. Here's we expect the Vice President to be coming out here just momentarily again before hopping in a motorcade to go over to the Mexican Heritage Plaza to continue her conversation on abortion as part of her nationwide Fight for Reproductive Freedoms tour.
All right, we see the staffers coming out now. So this is, of course, not just, she's here to talk about reproductive rights and to also attend a fundraiser that will be happening later on today in Los Gatos as the ramp up continues toward the November election. She and President Biden, just switch them for a second, of course, in a fight to keep their jobs.
Yeah. So we're waiting now for Vice President Kamala Harris to deboard the plane there. Once she deboards, she will be greeted at the bottom of the steps there by U.S. Senators Alex Padilla as well as LaFonza Butler. Also, Mayor Matt Mahan is out there along with an elected official.
Yes, Santa Clara County Supervisor Ellen Berg. She is the president of the Supervisors Board, and she is out there as well, active Democrat in the South Bay.
And this is the process whenever...
and as we mentioned, not every...
Go ahead, Bob.
Oh, actually, we just got to move the camera back just a little bit again, so you're just going to see it moving again. Just back there.
But this is the process, as you can see.
There we go. We're just going to move the camera back.
And you can see right here, this is a rally where Vice President Kamala Harris, she is set to speak this afternoon. This is just outside of that center where she is expected to speak about abortion rights and bans across the country. And you see there many protesters calling for a ceasefire there. And that's something that we've seen a lot of demonstrators do across the country, but certainly they're making their voice heard during the Vice President's visit here in the Bay Area.
The Mexican Heritage Plaza is about 5 miles away from Mineta, San Jose, so we know that there will be a motorcade there. There's, that signature mural along the side of the Mexican Heritage Plaza, and you see some of the protesters there that are gathered. We always see protesters when we see the Vice President arriving in town, but this time they seem to be solidified around the cause of calling for ceasefire.
Here she is, the Vice President now. Vice President Kamala Harris deboarding the plane now, and her visit here in the Bay Area. And Bob, talk to us about what you can see out there.
And she's obviously followed by her husband, the second husband, or the first husband, I should say, Doug Emhoff. And here they are greeting the local government leaders who are out here to say hello to them before they hop into their motorcade for the Mexican Heritage Plaza. Again, the Vice President, her husband, are coming from Los Angeles for a quick stop here at the Bay Area. They should be out of here before dinner time after they go speak on abortion rights at the Mexican Heritage Plaza and then go to the fundraiser in Los Gatos for the president's re-election campaign. There she is greeting Mayor Mahan. And then they'll fly back to Washington, D.C. tonight. So again, a quick stop here on the West Coast. One, to talk about policy. Two, to raise money for her and President Biden's re-election campaign.
And we see right there Vice President Kamala Harris speaking to San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan, sitting next to him, Supervisor Susan Ellenberg, who is the president of the Santa Clara County Board of Supervisors. Also there greeting them was U.S. Senators Alex Padilla as well as LaFonza Butler there. So this is Vice President Kamala Harris's visit to the Bay Area here for business as she's here. She's here speaking on the bans on abortion and the issues with that and how that is affecting our community. And she's also going to attend a fundraiser. You can see the Vice President now speaking to U.S. Senator LaFonza Butler as well as Supervisor Susan Ellenberg there.